Hello everyone, my name is Draconicrose and welcome back to another episode of Rimworld. So today we are finally getting some headway into our kill box, which is going to become very useful in the future. But before we do that, we need to get some power over here. Oh, it's already going, that's very good. And we do have a research opportunity here outside the base, which gives me the actual opportunity of showing you changes to the caravan system. So now when I select form a caravan, instead of a UI, I first get the choose the route thing. So I'm going to pick the research request and I'm going to accept. First of all, the thing we see that's different is this tab, the food and medicine tab, where this is ticked by default, and once we choose spawns, the game is going to pick the food that they should take with them. For now it just shows us what we have, but if we pick our colonists, which is just going to be Michael and Michael and Marcus, they're gonna go, and you can see here in the caravan readout that it has picked for us 18 simple meals and 4 medicine. That will give us more than enough time to go to the research thing and come back, but you can see that it does say that we are rotting in 2.7 days. So we do still want to tweak some things ourselves. Of course, it also doesn't pick for us some of bedrolls, which I don't know why it does that. You'd think it would be something pretty simple to take with us, but that's fine. So we're going to just pick that, and we can unselect this here to pick what we are taking. So we are not taking normal medicine, we are going to take, or anyway, but we're going to take herbal medicine, and we are taking simple meals, but not that many, because they're gonna rot anyway, so we don't want to take the ones that are gonna rot. We're going to take that. Now, the problem is that is not going to be, well, it does say 0.9 days. So I suppose that will be enough. Well, in that case, we can just send the caravan. And thus we now have more than enough to get there, and the game actually gives us some preparation for it so that we don't have to do it ourselves. Isn't that nice? I think it is. Another thing that became new with the mod updates is not an ostrich revenge, but we can go ahead and deal with that. It's just a matter of keeping Leatha in combat for a bit so that she can kill the ostrich and bring it back, because we do have low food. But we have this new button, which is toggle emergency on, a new feature of better pawn control, which makes not pawns, but our policies immediately turn into emergency. Now I haven't figured out how to work it out very well, but I think it's going to come in handy. So let's go on a little bit of a discovery journey. So it says configure which policies should be activated for all tabs in the better pawn control configuration cog. Okay, so you're going to grab any of it that we can access that cog. And now, what do we have here? Okay, so this is the emergency one. Configure which policies activate when the alert is on. So automatically interrupt whatever pawns are doing when toggling emergency on? Yes. So we can assign the combat outfit, I think. Wait, if this is under a... yeah, it's the combat policy. So this is getting a little bit convoluted, I'll be honest. I think I'm going to put the default outfit to something like... not really anything, but maybe hauler or crafter. Yeah, let's go with crafter. Default colonist policy, I think Well, we can stay lavish for now. Well, social drugs, yes. And the prisoner food is going to be simple, so that we don't use good meals on prisoners, and in fact they should be eating paste most of the time anyway. Now we're going to need a policy for the animals once we have our animal area, but that is fine. Okay, so when I select toggle emergency on should immediately go to put on their combat outfits. Yes, that is good, and thus there's no real micromanagement here. And then I can toggle it off. Yeah, and they go back to wearing their normal stuff. I'm assuming that people like Michael will be going into their noble clothes. So I'll have to take some time to set up those policies a little bit better before we can use that properly. So I'll be doing that between episodes, but rest assured that I will let you know how that happens. I have a royal tribute collector, and there have been changes to the way honor works. So now people who have a higher honor and ranking don't get stopped from actually doing work that they were otherwise able to do unless they have certain traits, I think. Alright, so the research was a triumph. The relations improved by 25. We got some insights into obelisks, well that sucks. But Michael gained a bunch of experience and can now go back home. Now setup can change their icon. That's cute. Moments later we get our first trade ship of this playthrough, so our communications console is already paying for itself. Let's grab Sage, who is our trader, and bring her in, and let's see what they have. Since they are a butcher, they don't have much that we want to buy. They have dragon eggs, but they're unfertilized, so it's not something that we want. So we're selling a bunch of cloth, some odds and ends of leather. We're going to keep our rich dragon leather because it's just so good to make things with. And that will be it for our first orbital trade beacon related trade. So yeah, that's I guess a milestone in this colony's progress. So after a trade of fabric with an oncoming caravan, our relations with the Confederacy of Pana have become very close, and they are now our ally. As it says here, allies will sometimes help fight enemies, and we can also call them for help at any time at the cost of the goodwill. And it also explains why we have become allies, but you know, it doesn't have to be under 75 for us to go back to being neutral, it just needs to be below 0. So last event was traded, and that is great for us. So the comms console has become very useful, but normal caravans and of course hospitality related visitors are still incredibly good for us, and we are definitely missing guest beds. On that note, I think we would benefit from having a full workshop instead of separate rooms. So I'm going to plan that out and I'll let you know once I have done it. Alright, so here is a starting idea. Let me just move this plan around so that I can explain it better later. But for now, I'm just going to explain the half that we have here. So we have room for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 workbenches, which is what we have right now. But this design can be expanded by mirroring it like this, and it will still be out of the way of our turbines. And this area here can of course be destroyed, and that's no skin off our back. So the green spots obviously signify the workbenches, while the pinkish purple spots are going to be the input and output stockpiles that are going to feed those workbenches. The blue lines are the most interesting bit. They will be things like the tool cabinet, the tailor cabinet, and the smithing camp. These things that are added by vanilla expanded, but which will help out a lot in the speed and efficiency of operations here. Now this room, we are actually going to deconstruct this wall over here because it will become part of the recovery room that is going to be in this area for wounded soldiers, and of course to help people move out of harm's way. I did activate something in the mod settings that will delete the planning once things get built there, because as you can see, most of this planning is no longer necessary. Well, I did say most, not all of it, because things are already built in there. I do need the bags to protect the turrets, but that is a-okay. Oh, that makes some sense of, well, opponents can walk over bags, they just can't stand in them, so that's fine. So that is what we are going to build. I'm going to unpause the game now and get those things going, especially the sandbags. These definitely need to be in place. And yeah, the shape of them doesn't make much sense with the turrets we have, but that is because, well, we are missing some turrets right now. There's going to be more in the places. Wow. Okay, so the autosave like kind of made me put too much there. Blade is already coming to get the cloth in place. So let's take a look at what we are going to do here. Well, first of all, we need to, well, replace those steel walls because there are steel walls. And we need to make the walls over here. We are going to want, well, a wooden door actually over here in the middle so that pawns can go back and forth, and especially haulers. We're also going to put one here. Not gonna have any on this side, unfortunately. And this little room here, it's obviously going to have to be removed, and the stockpile is going to be expanded, which means we are probably going to get this area to become a hospitality focused area. But we get a new quest. Some members from the Pact of Billy are imprisoned by a hostile faction in a nearby prison camp. They offer a cyberweave and a psychic shock lance and some reputation. Oh, they weren't kidding when they said nearby. We have 10 days to go for that. I think I will just kind of sleep on it. Wow, that over the wall event is now over the door. That I didn't know that was possible actually. So let's just remove plans that will not get removed once we construct things and let that happen. So the butcher has finally left comms range, and yes, it is still that one butcher. So I'll let people construct, and I'll be back once they are done or something happens. Not that anything major happened, I just wanted you to see this. Look, Garrett is playing the harp. Look at the little musical notes. Too bad no one is here to listen to him. Is Roxy going to do that? I think she is, actually. I think that's what's supposed to be happening, because she is targeting the harp. It's hard to see her little line here. But she is targeting the harp and listening to Garrett playing. Well, that is adorable. Just wish she wasn't on the throne for that. So, unfortunately, a crocodile is attempting to hunt Felix for food. Now that is quite weird, and might mean that we will have to come make sure that is not a thing that is going to happen quite often. So we are going to wait for the crocodile by placing Felix over here. And yeah, we're gonna have to, if they can kill that crocodile, it's now having its revenge. And yeah, they killed it. However, there is another one. Where is it? I think it's a little bit easier if I go here. There we go. Here it is. A little bit over there from where my colonists are. So let's bring them down here and let's see if we can't take care of that crocodile. Ooh, that's a big bite that Felix just got there. And no biggie, we are going to get him back to bed. Actually, you know what? Go back already, Felix. I don't think you are going to be needed right here. So we're going to tell them to attack. I know Blade cannot hit the target. It's going to take a little bit, but he will. Now Roxy is doing an amazing job of it. She can hit things, like shoot them with that rifle while not being detected, and that is because she has such a high animal skill, and the rifle itself, of course, has some advantages in that regard. Okay, so the crocodiles are dealt with, and the fact that the rifle is so good for hunting is going to mean that I need to get Leatha one of those, because Leatha has been getting some animals coming for her, and that's why she is currently in bed. So we are going to change her to a bolt action rifle and hope that is enough for her to stop getting so much animal revenge episodes. I don't know why she has been hunting more often than Roxy, but I guess, well, that's just how it's ended up being. Okay, so now that she is well equipped, we're going to continue the construction over here. I've also set the mechanoids to be shredded, so we are slowly going through that and getting ourselves more plasteel that will be used for the building of turrets. I also made a mistake by putting way too many power conduits here, which means that this turret was trying to connect here instead of to the power sources that we can disconnect over here, but that will be solved. Alright, we got an interesting one right now. Your comm unit intercepted an unencrypted message. It indicates a nearby location where some loot is stored. The message was unspecific about the exact items stored. You suspect it could also be a trap to lure your caravan into an ambush. The location is a little bit far, but doesn't seem too far. 2 days route. Ooh, that it would not be great, but if we could make the stops here, yeah, we could buy more food and stuff, because we don't have much of non-perishables. So you know what? I am going to make an effort to, you know, go there. We are going to take Marcus and Roxy. We're going to take Garrett and Blade, I think. No, let's take Felix instead. We are going to take, you know, most of our food, I suppose. Well, not the simple meals, because, or well, not all of the simple meals, because they will rot. And we're not going to take corn, we're going to leave that there. We're going to take our medicine, and we are also going to take a bunch of silver, I think. Well, taking the cloth bedrolls, obviously, and these random leathers and stuff. Some psych IT, sure, why not? We can sell that along the way, for food, of course. The yayo, I'm gonna keep some jade because we need that to deal with dragons. And all of these weapons I don't think are worth taking, and we are going to bring with us some 500 silver, so that should be plenty. We're going to confirm and let the colonists do their thing. Alright, the caravan has arrived at the first destination, Ante. We're where we are going to trade with them. So we cannot buy any more pemmican, but we can buy some nutrient paste meals, and enough just so that we won't have rotting. That is great. We're going to keep our agave that we foraged so far, and we are also going to sell our stuff that we brought for that specific purpose. Might as well buy some medicine while we are here. It's not too bad, and we probably need it back at home. We'll sell these things as well. Well, in that case, let's buy some medicine, some more medicine. Ooh, jump packs tech print. We don't have enough money for that, but it's good to know it's here. It might come in handy. So these are the weapons my colonists are wearing, so we're not going to bring that. We could buy armor skin gland. Bionic gland releases chemicals in nanomachines that toughen the skin and add flexible subdermal keratin plates at strategic points. This is interesting, especially for a melee pawn, but we are of course not taking. You could also come by a cataphract armor, which is some badass armor, and would probably also come in handy, but for now we are just going to leave it there. Buy a hologram, a human-sized light projecting device. Needs to be plugged in to display the artwork, and it has a beauty of 200 for 95. Yeah, we're taking it. We are going to accept that and have them come trade with the next town over. At the next town, we are only going to buy some nutrient paste meals and some glitter world medicine. They again have some interesting trades, especially up in the high-tech stuff, but it's not something we are going to be doing right now, but we are going to keep it in mind for when we actually want to do some good trading. Look at these. We have arrived at the location, and lo and behold, it is an ambush. Not that I knew that 100%, but I had my suspicions. Do we want to find out how we deal with this? Well, you're gonna have to like the video and subscribe to get the next one, because I am out of recording time. So until then, please remember that here, there be dragons.
Thank you so much to my patrons for making this channel possible. Click the Patreon logo to become one of these fine folk. And if you enjoyed the video, here are some more YouTube things you would like. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Have a lovely day, and I'll see you next time.